Greetings from Snake Mountain Boat Works on Tuesday, October 4, 2022. Here's an update on our 1947 Higgins Speedster. We've got the bottom all off. Joe and Rick spent hours getting the fiberglass and mat and rosin off of all of the frames. The transom is now out, and as you can see, the framing is okay, but here's what came out. It wasn't even particle board, it's some cheap version of OSB. And the only reason it didn't blow out earlier was, if you look at this piece, this was also fiberglassed. So the only thing that was keeping this together was this thin layer of fiberglass mat. We're in the process now of, and you can see Rick has begun toothpicking. Every single hole must be filled with hardwood toothpicks. And are you using Titebond or Gorilla?
The Gorilla Glue.
It's the Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
So every single hole you see here will be filled, plugged solid with toothpicks that are glued into place, and then we'll cut them off. The other thing that I believe Joe pointed out in the previous video is that this boat had precious few frames in it. So we're in the process of adding additional framing to the bottom. And then we still face the fact that this is supposed to be a bilge stringer. What we will do is fill these voids with white oak blocks, and then, if I remember right, Joe, you're going to sister a piece onto each side so that
That's correct.
And in particular, we want to strengthen the area beneath the engine. We're replacing the sad excuse for chine planks with two layers. The interior layer is Meranti marine plywood. The exterior will be Meranti mahogany planking. Fortunately, the stem is really solid and sound. So we won't have to face the task of fabricating a new stem. The keel is sound, but there's just precious little framing on this hull. But once we put 2 layers and 5200 in and install a true 5200 bottom, this boat is going to be stiff enough to handle the gray marine ace that powers her. So we will continue stripping, and once we have all the holes filled, of course, everything will be sealed with 3 to 4 solid coats of Smith's clear penetrating epoxy sealer, and we will get the bottom on as it should be. What we're going to do along the chines is what, well, let's say any Chris Craft, many centuries, certainly the Seamaid was this way. We're going to install an actual chine plank that's slightly proud of this surface, so that when we put the exterior sheathing on, it will butt into solid mahogany, not overlay the top of plywood, as was the case before. And you remember the Speedsters were painted, so once we can clean these sides to the point where they'll take paint, we won't be doing much else to them. We're guessing that all of the top sides are fiberglassed as well. We obviously won't fiberglass the bottom. The only fiberglass will be above the water line. So we'll keep working, and we'll be back to you soon. There's our update on a 1947 Higgins Speedster. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now from Snake Mountain Boat Works.